Hello, everybody. Sorry, adjusting my camera. So, hi, welcome. Amethyst Moonflower here in my sanctuary. I rearranged my whole sacred space, so I got a completely different view and setup than what I have had in the past, and I'm really enjoying it right now, and I hope you enjoy it too. I hope you got a nice view. Hope the lighting is good and everything like that. My birthday was yesterday, which is awesome. I turned 30, which is a big number, but I'm not going to be all like, "Oh, I'm 30. Oh my gosh, it's over." So, don't worry. I'm not doing any of that. I don't care. Sorry, I'm sitting on my blow up chair, which I love, but it makes squeaky noises. So, had a good birthday. That's great. Pisces in my sign. And, I was actually born underneath a 5% new moon. So, yesterday was actually really, really close to like my birth moon. And, Saturn return is coming around on me and I can feel it. There's a lot of like stuff going on in my personal life, my personal self, I should say, that, I can really feel the effects of that. But today I wanted to talk, I wanted to share with you something because, I got my tax return like a week or so before my birthday, so I kind of like spent a little bit of money on myself, got myself a birthday present, and I got 2 new Oracle decks, which you probably find plenty of reviews of them online or on Facebook or YouTube. A lot of people have done reviews on these. And so I'm not going to do a review. I'm just showing you which ones I got. I got the Work Your Light Oracle cards from Rebecca Campbell. Gorgeous decks. And I also got the Spirit Animal Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. So this is really, really exciting for me because I'm not one of those people that really like collects a lot of cards. I worked with only one set of tarot cards for almost over 10 years. That was the only deck I had, and I wasn't really planning on replacing it. But there were reasons why I ended up buying a new tarot deck, which I ended up picking this one up last year summertime at a local witchcraft shop that was in the town beside me, but they ended up closing down. So while I was there, I picked up this tarot deck called Spellcasters Tarot. The artwork is amazing, and the reason why I decided to finally pick up a new tarot card deck after over 10 years of using just the same one was because I ended up realizing I didn't know anything about tarot when I bought the tarot deck. I just was like, oh, this one looks good, and I bought it. And that was the one that I learned most of what I know with. But the minors in the tarot deck didn't have any pictures. They just had, like if it was a 6 of cups, it just had 6 cups, and I didn't know what that meant, but I ended up finding out that it was what they call a pip card deck. And so I was like, maybe this is why I'm really struggling with learning how to read the cards, because for many years I had this deck and I always felt like I was really like not learning as fast as I could be learning because a lot of the deck didn't have any pictures on it, and you had to do the whole like, remember this is what this suit means and then this is what this number means, and it was really hard to kind of like get my intuition to be kickstarted with it. And also I'm one of the practitioners that connects more with wands being air and swords being fire. That's just how I've always related it to in my own self, and that's how I feel about it. And there's people that feel one way or the other, but that's just who I am and how I feel about it intuitively. And that deck was a deck that related it the opposite way, where the wands were fire and the swords were air. And it was always kind of hard for me to like relate that in my brain because I'm like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, that's right, swords fire or swords or air when I'm thinking fire. So it was always really kind of hard for me to connect with the deck. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to look around and see if I can find a deck that, you know, better suits me and maybe I can connect with it better and grow more with it. And I ended up buying this deck because it has pictures on every card, which is awesome, which I do love, and the artwork is stunning. And I really love the artwork on these cards, and the wands are air, and so I feel a lot more connected to this deck, and I really love the handbook that came with it. I mean, it's a big handbook. It's like the actual size of a book, and it's got like it's got over 240 pages in it, you know, and it's got a bunch of different spreads and a lot of different information, and it's a really good, helpful book, and I do still use it when I do readings when I'm not really like quite familiar with the card because I am still, you know, learning how to recognize things, but it is a lot easier now that I do have imagery on all of the cards, and it is making it a lot easier for me, which is awesome. But then another thing is that I do, putting some sage on, I had another oracle card deck which was actually given to me by my best friend many years ago. It was actually her deck first, and she had it for like a year or two, but she just was like, you know, oracle's not for me. She kind of had some weird experiences going on at that time, and so she gave it to me. And being that I am a Pisces, you know, and it's a mermaid and dolphin oracle card deck from Doreen Virtue, and I know there's a bunch of drama around her, but I've had the deck pretty much ever since I was like 18 or 19 years old, and I've had wonderful readings with it, and I've connected to it a lot, and I don't have any like weirdness with, you know, the whole drama around her. I really enjoy using that deck, and I still like using that deck, but over the time that I've been learning about tarot and oracle and seeing how, you know, other people on YouTube do their readings, and you know, I don't see myself being one of those people that collects like 80 or 100 different kinds of cards just to have them. Like, I'm not trying to have a bunch of cards. I just want cards that are, you know, that give me the messages that I'm looking for, if that kind of makes any sense, you know, because there are some. Oh, I found that oracle cards, you know, I like the fact that they don't have a set system, you know, and they're more free flow, and each deck can kind of like have a different feel or a different you know, set of messages, the theme. And so I try to pick oracle decks that I'm hoping, which I have used I've already been using them for like a week, and I'm telling you, I'm so glad that I got these. The messages that have been coming through have just been like exactly what I've been needing. And so that is really, really exciting for me because I'm like finally starting to get the messages that I've been wanting to get. And so I'm going to be doing a Zodiac sign reading for everybody today with my tarot cards and with my oracle cards, but I'm not going to be doing each one individually, each 12 signs. I'm going to be doing it, you know, earth, air, fire, and water. So, you know, the air signs and the earth signs, I'd be just doing them as a group and just doing four sets of readings, and just doing the water signs and stuff like that. just to kind of like, do a little bit but not take all day, because I did have a little bit of like I wanted to let you know what was going on and stuff like that with my decks and talk a little bit. I've been drinking my protein / greens shake here, keeping myself hydrated. And I also kind of been doing a little bit of crafty stuff. All my cards I took the time and hand sewed these nice little like deck wrap pouches for all of my cards so that they don't have to stay in the boxes, which I really like, but I like the boxes too. But anyway, so enough about me. How about you? Let's find out. And sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, I'm going to draw 3 cards from the tarot for each sign, and then I'll probably draw 1 or 2 of each oracle as like to go beside the tarot for each sign grouping. So we're going to let's do fire signs first. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What kind of messages do we have for the fire signs today? Well, the first card that I got was the Devil for the fire signs, and I'm seeing that the Devil card is usually that card that's letting you know that you have things that are holding you back, either like addictions or bad habits or a bad situation, some kind of like not so beneficial part of your life, and you feel like you are chained down to it, but you have to realize that you are not chained to that. You have the ability to change this, and you have the ability to make the changes. The answer is within yourself, and you need to go into your shadow and really focus on things that are kind of that you've been sweeping under the rug or not wanting to face. The new moon in Pisces, this is a time for clearing out the emotional clutter, clearing out the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual clutter, all that stuff that's just been in there making cobwebs and dust. It's time to clear that out. This is a time for renewal and setting newer and positive intentions for you to move past the things that you have been, held back by, and realize that you do have the power and strength to go past that. And then I also have the Chariot, and I see this as, someone, I dropped it. Someone might be going on a journey, going somewhere, but take the time to, really make sure that you're not just running away from your problems, that you actually take the time to work on them, and that you're going on this journey for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. And I also have the King of Wands, which represents, the King of Wands is like the, sorry, I'm trying to think. You feel like, you're always right, and you probably are right most of the time. That's why you're the king in this situation. You're on top of the throne, intellectually, and things like that, creatively. But also, once again, you with this really strong mental strength that you have, once again, use that strong mental strength for you to overcome the shadows so that you can move forward positively. Try not to overthink everything, but do focus on what needs to be focused on. Don't avoid the things that you're trying to run away from. And I'm going to also pull, gotta get him out of the box. I'm going to pull a Work Your Light Oracle for you to go along with these. Fire signs, Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, or not Taurus, Leo and Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What kind of messages do we have for you today? Bring us more clarity. I have Birthing a New Age. Beautiful card. Birthing new creations and dreaming a new world into being. Beautiful, beautiful card. I'm seeing this as going along with, when you move forward with creating these new things, everything is going to be beautiful and it's going to be wonderful and it's going to be very, very blessed. So I really see positiveness in that. Sorry, I'm still getting used to using multiple decks at once. This is different for me, but I'm really enjoying doing it. It's taking some practice. It's taking some getting used to. But that's okay. We are all growing at our own rate. This deck is actually really big for my little hands. I have to be careful shuffling it. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What kind of answers do we have from our animal friends today? Crow spirit, co-create with spirit. Also, going alongside this one, also saying birthing new creations, and this was co-create with spirit. So, continue staying in touch with your intuition, with your guides and your angels or whoever it is that you may be communicating with. Follow your intuition. Follow your soul's path. Don't be afraid. Don't let it hinder you from moving forward. That's beautiful. And so now we're going to be going along to the we're going to do earth signs next. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What kind of messages do we have today? Spirit guides. First card, Seven of Pentacles. That's awesome. This is a very lucky card. You may be getting some kind of unforeseen extra money in your future, which is really good. Whether it be like an inheritance or winning the lottery or just, getting a raise or a bonus, or you just been doing really, really well with your money and you just happen to get a little bit extra than what you thought you was going to. And so that's good. Your luck is paying off for you there. I have the Queen of Wands. And there she sits on her throne intellectually. As also, you might be feeling a little bit like you're on top, with everything, but you might want to ground yourself a little bit too. Don't get so up in thinking that you're right all the time. When it comes to, having discussions with everybody, be willing to be open when communicating with other people as well. And hearing all sides of the story and not just assuming that, you are the only way to look at things. There's multiple ways of looking at things. And don't have your blinders on. Keep an open mind and keep an open heart when you're having discussions with people, and that way, because more than one mind is always better, especially when it comes to creating better opportunities. And then I also have Queen of Pentacles, another really good money card. You have just been working your butt off, and it is paying off for you when it comes to prosperity and abundance and your money. You, as an earth sign, got your shit together right now, and why does that not surprise me? Because earth signs, money is really good for stability when it comes to money, but it also means that money might take a little bit of time moving your way because earth is a little bit of a slower moving element, but it is definitely there and is definitely on its way. And just be smart with what you're doing. Don't blow it. Be frugal, be safe, but most earth signs already have that together. So I have faith that you know what's the right thing to do with all that. But all your hard work is definitely paying off. What does the Work Your Light Oracle have to say to the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. For you, I got, stick together. Play. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. Oh my goodness. Wonderful card for you guys, because earth signs do tend to be a little bit more serious than the other signs. You've been working really hard at getting what you want, and you are getting what you want, and because you worked for it and you deserve it, and there is nothing wrong with receiving what you deserve. And you should but remember to relax. Remember to enjoy the small things in life. Like this card says, play more. Don't be so uptight with trying to just keep in schedule and keep on track with everything and making that money, because honestly, money is great because it allows you to have the finer things in life and be stable and stuff, but having an open heart and learning to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more childlike. Maybe you have children and you need to, play a little bit more with your children and not be so like, we got to do it this way, this way, this way. Don't forget to enjoy things. And spring is coming. This is a time, like I said, where, where everything is an ending and beginning to be rebirthed. And we're after Pisces, we're going to go into Aries, and Aries is like the child. So we're going to be going into that very much childlike energy here coming up when the spring equinox and everything. And so remember to enjoy your life. Remember to enjoy the people that are around you and enjoy being yourself and let go a little bit and enjoy your rewards. And then what would the spirit animals have to say for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Ooh, Chameleon. Such a gorgeous card. Look at that card. Act as if. Let me get the book out for this one. Number 14. Not going to read the whole thing. I'll just read the first snippet of it to clarify. It says, Chameleon Spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now, and adapting isn't about losing yourself, it's about learning how to dance with others. Beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card. All right. And so now we're going to be moving on to the air signs. So, air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What do the spirit guides have to say to you? All right, so once again, first card, Queen of Pentacles. That's really good. That means, like I was saying before, that you've been working really hard and your rewards are going to pay off. Your money situation is going to be improving, and you just remember to be responsible with that money and to, do what you have to do before you have too much fun with it, because air signs, they tend to be a little when it comes to certain things. So just make sure that you find the right balance between being responsible and enjoying the pleasures of your rewards. And then we also have Judgment. Now, when I look at this card, I see a death and a rebirth, a transformational type of card. Don't judge yourself too harshly or judge others too harshly. I feel like this is more directed towards the Libra of the cards. Finding that inner balance between what is right and what is wrong, or following your intuition and creating that harmonious yin and yang energy in your life, and shedding away the old skin and renewing yourself, because we are in that renewal energy, and we are going into Mercury retrograde. So when it comes to air signs, some are more effective than others, when it comes to the Mercury retrograde, because, Mercury is more of like an air sign energy. But, just be aware of, what you're putting off and what you're receiving, and take the time to, self-heal. And I also, once again, got the Devil card. This is the time for endings. This is the last sign of the Zodiac. This is the last breath before spring. This is the ending before the beginning. And so there's going to be a lot of shadow work going on right now, because Pisces is not so much as of an actionable type of energy. It's very more of a receptive energy, more of a going in type of energy. And so, there are shadows that need to be worked on in order before we can move forward into, enjoying this more rebirthing type of energy that'll be coming our way. So, you know, just be aware of what you need to let go of, what you need to work on, and facing your inner demons, you know, and realizing that you are the one that, you know, is responsible for your demons, and you're the only one that can get rid of them. So just do what you can, but also don't forget about the self-care. Self-care is very important, and that's going to be what's going to help you get through all this. And so, like Oracle, let's see what this deck has to say for the air signs. Gemini, excuse me, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I just love these two decks have matte finishes, not glossy finishes, and they just feel so luxurious, like lush. And we have, ooh, gorgeous Pleiades. Look at that. It says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Now I'm going to read this one too. Where do I? Pleiades is astronaut. It says, the Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnated on Earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet, even if it has been called to write, speak, or channel. This is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in this great plan. Your present and unique light is needed. And it also comes with Work Your Light transmission. Then it says, I call upon Pleiadian consciousness of the highest realms and the highest good of humanity to work through me. Let me be a channel for only the purest light of the essence of source, and let me channel in a way that also serves me. So this is a great card for air signs. It's very air-like, you know, with the channeling and the communication and the creation of ideas. So I really, really like that. And I hope that resonated with you. And it really lightened up the energy. And then our spirit animals, let's see what our spirit animal friends have to say for our air signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right. Oh, sticking together, these new cards. Okay. Ooh, Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Gorgeous card. Spirit has a plan. Follow your higher self, follow your intuition and your gut. Don't let your head get in the way of your heart. And that's really, really important. Let the spirit guide your way. All right, so last but not least, our water signs. I'm a double water sign. I'm Pisces sun and Scorpio rising, so woo. But yes, very watery. But this is for all of the water signs: Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay. Alright, so I have the Ace of Wands. Okay? So the Ace of Wands kind of like symbolizes to me, you know, the staff of knowledge and wisdom. Okay? That's what it makes me think of. It makes me think of, you know, the wizard that is that has the mentality and the wisdom and the knowledge. So, but this is singular, not, you know, this is representative of self as well. So, the water signs are walking the journey to knowledge and wisdom. But this is, to me, I kind of see this more as like an inner wisdom, an inner knowledge, an inner knowing, an inner understanding. And so we're walking that spiritual path of wisdom and understanding. And then we also have the Emperor card, which is like a very fatherly type symbol. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of like a Cancer type of energy off of this, just because, you know, the Cancer is such a parental type of sign. Some people call them the mothers of the Zodiac, but, you know, very parental energy here, more representative of the father. So we're looking more at like the male side. So it's at this time, you know, it wouldn't hurt to, you know, focus more on your inner divine masculine at this moment, because the water is so strong right now, which is a very feminine side, you know, very feminine in its energy, that, you know, don't get so sucked into the one side that you forget about your masculine, which is very, you know, driven, you know. So don't get, it's good for water signs to not get too dreamy and not get too caught up in that receptivity and that emotionalness, and try and, you know, maintain that masculine grounding that is very important to maintain the balance between the yin and the yang. So I'm very impressed with that card, actually. And then we got the Five of Swords. So this could watch your back. A lot of people would say this is a watch your back card, you know, for people, you know, talking about you or gossiping about you behind your back, or watching your house and making sure that you know who are you letting into your inner circle when it comes to, you know, your personal space, whether it be your home or who you work with, or, you know, social media, who your little circle of friends. You know, there's probably some people that are around you right now that might not have your best interest at heart, and you need to be a little bit more aware of who you're talking to and about what. And if you feel like it's not something that you feel needs to be kept to yourself, maybe right now would be a better time to keep things to yourself, and to watch out for people that are twisting things around, and people that might be taking things from you when you're not looking. So, warning to that. But let's look at your light oracle. So, water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What does the light oracle have to say to our higher selves today? Gosh, I just love this deck, how it shuffles. It's amazing. Okay. Water signs. Oh, sticking. We have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Oh my God. Can you even see that card? Look at how gorgeous that card is. And the message is really beautiful as well. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This is talking about that you know, your personal self, your purpose, the reason why you're here. And to not forget, and don't be afraid, because there's this little quote that I can't remember who said it, but I have to remind myself of this all the time, that, you know, your purpose for being here, your passions are hidden behind your greatest fear. So, don't be afraid to walk the path that you are meant to walk upon. Your fears are these blocks inside of you that are stopping you, that are making you go, oh no, it's not going to happen. It's not going. All these things are going to go wrong. People are going to think I'm crazy. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not, talented enough. I'm not whatever. All those little negative things that are blocking you from walking your path are inside of yourself. And to realize that those fears, you have to overcome them, and it could be hard. It's really hard, working on that shadow self. Right now is not really like an action time because it's an intention setting time, but this is not like an action move forward type of time. This is really a time to think and work through that shadow, because the rebirthing is almost on its way, and we want to be ready for that rebirth. So get through your fears, and if you could do what you wanted to do, what would you do it? Know that you are supported by your angels and your guides. Great for, us water signs as well, because, we're so emotional, and we get a little bit too emotional sometimes, and it's usually our own fault. So that's okay, though. It's better to at least recognize it. Is to recognize your faults and to recognize your feelings instead of denying yourself your feelings. Feel your feelings, get them out, cry if you have to, fight the fear, and move on. Sorry. This is the Animal Oracle. And what does the Animal Oracle, our spirit animals, have to say to our water signs? Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Spirit animals come through. Oh, this one jumped out. Or we got the owl. You see clearly now. You see the road that is in front of you. You see the path that you're supposed to take. Stop being afraid. You have the... Oh, this card is going. You have the wisdom. You have the knowledge. You have everything that you need to succeed. And you have everything that you have laid down before you. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. Stop letting your emotions take over your mind and start letting the mind lead the way a little bit, because sometimes, like I was saying, water signs, we tend to get into our emotions a little bit too much and don't be logical enough about the situation. Right now, we need to be logical about the situation and don't get deep in the water right now. So this too shall pass, and I think that all these readings were really, really wonderful. Let me know in the comments down below if my readings were accurate for you or not. I really appreciate the feedback. Like I said, I'm still, learning. I'm still growing. I'm using my intuition a little bit more. I'm trying not to use the books as much unless I really have to. But let me know how it went. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know if I delivered the message correctly, or if you are somebody who also reads, and if you have any tips, you can always leave them down below. I'm love some tips and some feedback, and let me know how well I'm doing for you. So I hope you all have a happy, wonderful new moon in Pisces. Mercury retrograde. It's coming. It's coming. So we're here in it, and we're gonna be stuck in it for a few more weeks, until it goes straight again. So I just hope you all wish you the best. And before I go, just to let you know, I will be doing a little circle also later on this evening. So I'll be seeing you probably between 7 and 8. Keep your eyes out. Love you all. Brightest blessings.